So I've spent a whole day. I've spent a whole couple of days. I did say I can do episode 2. I'm going to do episode 2 as promised. But I've literally spent a whole day doing an entire year of Impact Wrestling in 1987 for you guys, which is no editing. These will go out after. That's going to be the first episode of the week. But in a decent pre-show match, Sid Vicious defeated Rey Mysterio in 7:59 by pin the powerbomb. Sid Vicious 50, Mysterio Jr. 44, Nowhere Charisma 48D. In a pre-show bout, decent wrestling with Catastrophic defeated Booker T in 14:55 by pin of the double arm DDT. Booker T 30, Catastrophic 53, Nowhere Charisma 45D. 74B minus for the opening angle tonight in front of the 2,000 people at the Hammerstein Ball. Sting comes out and goes, MPW is on tour of the USA and this is the place to be. Tonight I'm going to make a promise in 2 weeks at Wrestle Kingdom, which I ain't got set up yet. I'm going to face the Enforcer on Anderson and beat him. You see, it's time we stepped up. This place is the place of the future stars to shine, and we're going to. And then Arn comes out and he goes, you see, the difference here is I got picked because Jim liked me. You got picked because you bring in money. You see, Sting, in 4 weeks Wrestle Kingdom, I'm going to pick you up and send you packing. You see, Vince has killed the territory, so it's time we took over the USA, and we're going to do, and we can do it without Mr. Babyface Sting. It's time you realised you don't belong in this business. When this Sting comes in with a fist and then throws him in the corner, Stinger splash, and then hits Scorpion Death Drop. And then our final piece says, really, look who's down and the fans are cheering for. So he's like, look who's down and look who the fans are cheering. It's meant to say 74B minus, not bad way to open. In a decent match, Tracy Smothers defeated Steven Regal in 7:34 by pin of the Jawjacker. Tracy Smothers 48, Regal 48, no working for 49D plus. In a decent match, Vader defeated Steve Austin in 7:45 and Steve Austin was counted out after being attacked by Scott Hall. Vader 64, Steve Austin 44, no working improvements of 59C. We see Bret Hart walking down the corridor, heading towards the ring. The lights start flashing and the smoke fills the corridor. We can't see nothing. When it clears, we see Bret is down and the cloak of the Undertaker vanishes around a corner. Paul Bret Hart to the Undertaker and Paul Bearer go with great chemistry. 74B minus again, not bad. In a good match, Brian Pillman defeated Shawn Michaels in 8:04 by pin of the air. Pillman. Shawn Michaels 61, Brian Pillman 66, no work improvements. Then we see Jerry Lawler, he goes, Wrestle Kingdom main event is booked. The King, Jerry Lawler, will take on Ricky Steamboat, and I'm going to leave the champion, because as I said before, the King should have the title. 72B minus, I'll book all the matches off camera. In a decent match, Bam Bam Bigelow and Scott Hall defeat Eddie Guerrero and Owen Hart in 7:51, when Scott Hall defeated Owen Hart by pin with the Crucifix Powerbomb. Scott Hall 48, Bam Bam 68, Owen Hart 44, Eddie Guerrero 53, Scott Hall in Technical 58C minus. Not bad at all. And then we see Paul and the Undertaker, and he goes, oh yes, Bret, you've seen the power of my Undertaker. He will always be behind you, and he's coming for you. Let's do something huge. Instead of a cage match, let's have a huge show where you can leave the ring, but not leave. We're going to have the first ever Hell in a Cell match. Oh yes! 70C plus, so I'm doing Hell in a Cell. MPW invented the Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker and Bret Hart in 1991. In the next exceptional match, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard defeated Sting and Rick Rude in 7:34, and Arn Anderson defeated Rick Rude by pivotal spinning spinebuster. Tully Blanchard 70, Arn Anderson 82, Rick Rude 75, Sting 79, Sting improving technical 65C. In a good match, Davey Boy Smith defeated Jerry Lawler in 7:34 by pin for the running slam. Jerry Lawler 67, Davey Boy 51, no work with 62C. A video plays hyping Undertaker versus Ricky Steamboat. In the next section match, Ricky Steamboat defeated The Undertaker in 22 minutes 13 by pin with the diving crossbody following interference from Bret Hart. Steamboat makes defense number 4 of his MPW World Heavyweight title. Paul Bearer did some good work ringside. They have great chemistry. The matches are better announcing. Undertaker 64, Ricky Steamboat 79. Ricky Steamboat improving performance. And then in a decent post match, Bret Hart defeated Samoa Warrior in 14:37 by submission to Sharpshooter. Samoa Warrior 26 and Bret Hart 75. Samoa Warrior improving in performance is 40D minus. Yeah, thank you. 69C plus, not bad. We'll see you in another edition of Thunder as the road to Wrestle Kingdom has begun. Welcome back to MPW. Now, I haven't edited anything yet. I need to go and sort all this fucking mess out. Excuse my French, but I do. All these need to go into there. Or actually, because we've got the first episode set now, you'll get to see that episode. I will promise you that. This episode will go Thunder, so MPW 1991 will be going out first, so you'll get to see these 2 episodes first. Yeah, I haven't recorded them in that order, so you'll get to see what's going on. I've got to do SmackDown, but I'm going to wait for my missus to get to her mother-in-law's because she's got the cats and stuff before I even think about watching SmackDown, because I'm a bit emotional because I'm missing the cats. I know it's only till Saturday, but it's difficult when you love them. But yeah, in a pre-show about that, surprising a little heat. Booker T defeat Cactus Jack in 7:34 by putting the missile dropkick. Booker T 31, Jack 47, no working with 43D. In a pre-show about surprising a little heat, Steve Austin defeat Don Callis in 15:24 by pinfall with a stun gun. Austin makes defense number 3 of his MPW Intercontinental title. Don Callis 27, Austin 39, no working with 36D minus. And then in the pre-show about decent wrestlers of a government sheet, Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Steven Regal in 14:46 by pinfall the Miss Joanna. Steven Regal 42, Mysterio 42 in Rumble, nice for Mysterio. And we're going to welcome a new division to the company tonight. There's a load of them coming in. But in a terrible match, the $1 Billion Babes defeated the Top Guns in 8:24, and Mike Sampson defeated Derek Dukes by pinfall. Derek Dukes old school face good, old school face awful, old school heel awful, old school heel poor. Rick Rice 24, Derek Dukes 25, Mike Sampson 33, and G. Hugh Stratus 32. No workarounds 32E plus. Then we have Rick Rude in the back and he goes, "You see this, Truly Blanchard? You got no respect for this business. Wrestle Kingdom is already a huge night with new matches you've never seen before. Well, here's one you might have heard of. Let's do a ladder match. And hanging above the ring will be a briefcase, and inside the briefcase will be a contract to face whoever the world champion is after Wrestle Kingdom." Now, I haven't added any other matches to the card like I said I would do. Just yet, I need to have the Hell in a Cell match, but Truly Blanchard, did I pick a ladder? I'm just going to check it's a normal ladder match and not regular good ladder match. So that's going to be Truly Blanchard versus Rick Rude. There's a couple of more matches I'm adding. They're not story based, they're just going to be matches on the night because I want to have them happen. A 74B minus, not bad. In an exceptional match, Bret Hart defeated Shawn Michaels in 8:14 by submission with a sharpshooter after interference from Dave Boy Smith. Shawn Michaels 62, Bret Hart 81, no working 71C plus. Bret Hart celebrating his victory in the ring, and then the lights go out and the Undertaker is basically in the ring and Tombstone's pile drives Bret Hart. But we have got 2,200 people. I forgot to change the arena, so technically speaking the tour doesn't happen tonight. But in a battle of decent wrestling, the Pitbulls defeated Bushwhackers in 7:42 when Anthony Dante defeated Butch Miller by pinfall the aided Super Pom. Luke Williams from Bayface below average. Luke Williams get base gimmick. Butch Miller from Bayface above average. Grey Wolf Badass average. Grey Wolf Game Badass above average. Butch Miller 49. Luke Williams 49. Anthony Dante 37 and Grey Wolf 32. And Anthony Dante in Rumble and Performance. Nice. 46D. In a decent match, Owen Hart defeated Scott Hall in 8:14 by submission of the sharpshooter after this with Steve Austin. Owen Hart 56, Scott Hall 46, no working minutes 55C minus. And he goes, 4 hours, if not longer, will be happening soon with Wrestle Kingdom. Sting, you've been calling me out saying I'm an old guard, and I've got to give way for the new faces. Yes, sure, let's see how far you can go in a 30-minute Iron Man match, Wrestle Kingdom. You see Sting in that match, I can beat you so many times, and any way I want to. Yeah, that promo was really shit. Iron Man, 30 minutes. Yes, I'm doing a 30-minute Iron Man match. I don't care. My company, my rules. It's our biggest night of the year. It's going to be our biggest show we've done so far. We want to make this big. You've got, Jerry Lawler versus Rick Steamboat. You've got Rick Rude versus Julie Blanchard. You've got Sting versus Steve Austin. You've got a 3-minute Iron Man match. You've got a Hell in a Cell match. What more do you want? In about that, good wrestling and decent match, the crowd. Bam Bam Bigelow, Sid Vicious and Vader defeat Tracy Smothers. Eddie Guerrero and Brian Pillman 8-10 when Sid Vicious defeated Tracy Smothers by pinfall down for the tights. I swear this is Tracy Smothers' first appearance on TV. I might be wrong on that. Vader's getting base gimmick. Pillman 74, Eddie Guerrero 64, Tracy Smothers 51. Vader out there was 69, Sid Vicious 52, Bam Bam 66. Brian Pillman improving in technical, Vader in flying and performance skills, a 67C plus, not bad. And then we're going to announce the next match for MPW Wrestle Kingdom after the interference early tonight by David Boy Smith. It has been confirmed by the management that he will be taking on Shawn Michaels live at Wrestle Kingdom 1. There we go, 53C minus. And I can use it because New Japan didn't start using it until 1999. So in this timeline, we use it instead. In above had Subpar Wrestling a little heat, the Wrecking Crew defeated the Power Twins in 8:02 and Dave Sullivan defeated David Power by pinfall the leg drop. Len Denton carried the match to his ring performance. David Power's David's badass, below average, badass, great, old school heel, very good, masked man gimmick. I don't know why he's doing Len Denton to do masked man poor, he's not even wearing a mask. Larry Power 30, Dave Power 32, Len Denton 44, Dave Sullivan 30. No work improvements, so 38 D-. Steve Austin and Scott Hall have a battle backstage, and on brace are about what happened earlier in the night, and they start brawling with each other. They straight some stuff, have to pull them apart. 27E, not bad. And management have made a change to the Scott Hall versus Steve Austin match. After what they saw earlier in the night, they have now decided that that will become a... Where is it? Not Texas, not tables, not submission. Shoot fight? Nope. That's a technical base match. It will be a... I want a brawl based match. That's what. Let's go for any type. Brawl based. Let's see what we can get. Alright, down. Okay, there we go, last man standing. That's what I wanted. So yeah, Steve Austin versus Scott Hall will now be a last man standing match. As I said, this Wrestle Kingdom card is huge. But in a 72B minus in the battle had fantastic and great wrestling, Rick Rude, Ricky Steamboat, Sting, and Davey Boy Smith defeated The Undertaker, Trilly Brown, Shawn Anderson, and Jerry Lawler in 23:48. When Rick Rude defeated Undertaker by pinning the Rudy Rakin and after stretch with Bret Hart. Ricky Steamboat's head and shoulders went out. Davey Boy's the witness to Gillian's performance. Jerry Lawler 65, Arn 68, Trudy 62, Undertaker 63, David Boy 51, Sting 71, Ricky Steamboat 81, Rick Rude 69. All the storylines advanced for so when gain heat. Jerry Lawler in performance, Sting in performance, and Ricky Steamboat in performance is 72B minus. That is where we end the night. Anyway, we'll work that out. 71C plus, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you live next week. As MPW gets bigger and the roster gets bigger, we'll see you live next week for more debuts, more wrestling action, as mainstream pro wrestling brings you Thunder once again. Thanks for watching, guys. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Welcome to Thunder. We're being full of 2,000 people at the Showboat Sports Pavilion in Las Vegas. In the feature of our non-existent crowd heat, Don Callis defeated Ultimate Dragon in 8:18 by pinfall. Don 28, Ultimate Dragon 50. His debut Luchador, not very good. No work improvements. 45D. I am announcing here and now that I am closing down my local to global series, and I will be starting another new series over the next few weeks, which will be in the modern day. But at the moment, you're just going to stick with the old ones, all the old school backstage wrestling, when on video folder. So you're going to have 1987, 1991, 1985, and whatever that's 1994, 1995 now. So yeah, that's the way it's going to be for a few till I get the next one done, because I'm going to probably get that started because I've downloaded another thing. But Bob Holly 25, Dave Finney 44, no recommends 40D minus. In the feature about October Wrestling Nonsense Crowd Heat, Dave Sullivan defeated Booker T in 8:01 by the leg drop. Booker T 27, Dave Sullivan 28. Dave Sullivan improving technical. These two don't click and made for an awkward bout. In the feature about Decent Wrestling with a little heat, Vader defeated Tommy Dreamer in 8:17 by the belly to belly suplex. Dreamer 28, Vader 67. Dreamer improving in performance of 56 C minus. In the feature about Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, man, Steven Regal defeated Max Payne in 8:14 by the Regalplex. Max Payne 40, Steven Regal 49, no work 48D plus. So I brought these in for one night only to kind of get squashed. In the pre-show about Decent Wrestling, but Little Heat, Owen Hart defeated Mean Mike in 8:24 by pinfall the spinning heel kick. Mean Mike 33, Owen Hart 61, no work 55 C minus. In the ring, Jay Lawler and Rick Steamboat have a contract signing, typical contract signing. The up and coming match with Chris Cruz serving as the host, and basically Lawler, that's got the first hand over Steamboat. He'll enjoy his name now, make official how things don't go easy afterwards, as Lawler and Steamboat going to brawl, and Leader picks him up and smashes him through a table. By the way, this is now a 2-hour show, so wish me luck. Yeah, let's ignore that. We've already got it booked. In the battle, had Subpar Wrestling Little Heat, the Lightning Express defeat the Pitbulls and $1 Billion Babes in 8:12 in 8:12. The All Nations of the Pitbulls first and $1 Billion Babes. Turns of ring work, Brad Armstrong's head and shoulders burn ups. Brad Armstrong, old school face, average, old school face, very good for Tim Horner. Tim Horner's getting better. He's going nice quality, and the colour commentary going to match a boost. Brad Armstrong looked decent out there. Anthony Dunn 44, Grey Wall 43, Tim Horner 56, Brad Armstrong 72, Mike Sampson 32, and GQ Stratus 30. GQ Stratus improving rump or 57 C-. In a decent match, Davey Boy and Steve Austin drew with Scott Hall and Shawn Michaels at 6-8 following a double count-out. Steve Austin 46, Davey Boy 53, Shawn Michaels 62, Scott Hall 52. Davey Boy's seen off his game, but he's getting better. He's going. Steve Austin and Scott in performance, and Scott Hall in technical, which is nice at 59 C-. After the match, Davey Boy Smith, Shawn Michaels, Steve Austin, and Scott Hall won't stop fighting despite the 10 square screw to break them up. It's an all-out brawl to the back, and we'll continue that in just a little bit. In above at Super Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Rob Van Dam debuts defeating Rey Mysterio Jr. in 5:52 by Pivotal 5-star Frog Splash. RVD 43, Rey Mysterio 49 straight. Debuted his show stealers, got very good. He's getting better at his gimmick. No work on Rinse for 51D+. And then Michaels and Hall and Austin Aries and Davey Boy backstage. And basically all four of them are brawling still. And then security finally get them apart and split them up. We're 2 weeks away, guys. In above that, decent wrestling below heat, Dave Taylor defeated Cactus Jack in 4:57 by pinfall the bridging fall away slam. Dave Taylor's debuted his Blue Blood gimmick, awful. Dave Taylor 41, Cactus Jack 58, a 54 C-, no work improvements. Oh yes, my Undertaker will be taking Bret Hart to hell in the Hell in a Cell. This match will be nothing you've seen before. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a brutal night of action, which will be something you've never seen before. Oh, yes. 64C from Paul Bearer, Undertaker, and that. In a bad Super Wrestling and Little Heat, Trace Smalls defeated Savio Vega in 5:50 by pinfall of Jawjacker. Savio Vega 34, Trace Smalls 52, no work improvements, badass, below average, 49D+. In a bad Super Wrestling and Little Heat, Top Guns and the Bushwhackers defeated Nasty Boys and Power Truns. In 8:30, and Ricky Rice defeated Dave Power by pinfall. Jerry Sags David is Punk above average, Punk average. Butch Miller 45, Luke Williams 46, Ricky Rice 24, Derek Dukes 31, Larry Power 31, David Power 32, Brian Knobs 57, Jerry Sags 54, Larry Power in performance, not bad at all. So we're going to have to climb a ladder to win a match. This is not DIY. This is wrestling. You're calling me a disgrace, Rick Rude, and you're making stupid matches like this. Look, I don't care. Look, I don't like this, but I'm going to win. I'm going to climb the ladder and retrieve the contract for the title shot. A 70C+ from Truly, nice. In a good match, Lex Luger defeated Brian Pillman in 7:52 by pinfall using underhanded tactics. Lex Luger's Davies narcissistic gimmick above average. These two are pretty good coming to lift the match. Lex Luger 65, Brian Pillman, and at Wrestle Kingdom, Lex Luger will be appearing. I have got plans for Lex Luger. I haven't just brought him in because I could. There is plans and madness to having Lex Luger as a heel in this company at this time. I know that he's a face, but probably at this time in the other company. Then we see Sting, a 73B-. You guys, I am the future. I'm fighting for these fans. Every week I come to these shows and I fight. Now MPW want to put me on an exclusive deal. Fine. NWA, take my belt back. I don't want it. As the winner of the Iron match will be crowned the new MPW champion. So we've got the MPW World Champion, which of course is Ricky Steamboat. But we want someone else. We want another main event champion because we've got so many main event stars. And that will be the MPW champion, the champion of the entire company, not just the world, but this company alone. So the world title will always be the main event, but this will be thing. But then in the battle, we had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Sting defeated Trilly Bancher in 7:43 by pinfall. Trilly Bancher 72, Sting 80, no work on with 73B-. In the battle, had great wrestling, and a decent amount of crowd. Bret Hart defeated Jay Lawler in 7:50 by Smooth the Sharpshooter after the distraction of Ricky Steamboat. Lawler 66, Bret Hart 80, no work on with 73B-. Then the Undertaker will be taking on Rick Rude in a 69C+. And above had great heat and good wrestling, Undertaker defeated Rick Rude in 21:50 by pinfall the Tombstone Park Driver, following interference from Trilly Blanchard. Paul Bader good work at ringside, these two have great chemistry. Rick Rude 69, Taker 62, no work of improvements, 69C+. And finally, Bret Hart gets his own back on the Undertaker, finally being able to beat him down to the mat after his match gets a 67C+. In a post-show battle, had decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Eddie Guerrero and Chris Jericho defeated Bam Bam Bigelow and Sid Vicious in 10:46 when Eddie Guerrero defeated Sid Vicious by pinfall the Frog Splash. Sid Vicious 49, Bam Bam 69, Chris Jericho 45, Eddie Guerrero 66. No work in appearance, but his debut is fun bone face coming Scottish on great at 46D. And in the post-show battle, had superb wrestling and good heat. Ricky Steamboat defeating Arn Anderson in 15:08 by pin for the diving crossbody. Steamboat now makes defense number 5 of the World Heavyweight title. Arn Anderson 75, Ricky Steamboat 60-82. That's where we end the show. 69C plus. Not bad. Hopefully this roster can start getting better in the ring, but hopefully when they start doing the house shows and stuff, when I sign Walter Written deals, now we're a cult-sized company, might work out for us. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week for the go-home edition of MPW Thunder. I want to thank you all for watching. Now, we'll see you in just a little click. Power and the magic of recording. Welcome to MPW Thunder, the go-home Thunder. And we've got 3,250 at the Columbus Mucci Powell Arena. You've probably already seen Monday Night Raw by the time. Oh no, you won't have. That starts on Monday. This is going out. Today, Wednesday. So it's going out. Yeah, so this is going out. This is going to go out Friday. And then you're going to get episodes on Monday and Tuesday. And you're going to get episodes Monday and Tuesday. And probably a pay-per-view. We'll see. In a feature about decent wrestling, how much the Power Twins defeated Lightning Express in 8:28 when Lally Power defeated Tim Horner by pinfall in terms of ring with Brad Armstrong, Tim Horner 59, Brad Armstrong 79, Larry Power 33, David Power 31. No work improvements, 61C. In a pre-show ballad, Subpar Wrestling non-existent crowd heat, Bob Holly defeated Dave Finney in 8:30 by pinfall the Alabama Slam. Dave Finney 48, Bob Holly 33, no work improvements 45D. In a pre-show ballad, Subpar Wrestling non-existent crowd heat, Sylvia Vega defeated Chris Joker in 8:24 by pinfall the Caribbean and Click. Chris Joker 39, Sylvia Vega 37, no work improvements 40D minus. In a feature about decent wrestling, but much cheap, Steven Regal defeated Tracy Smothers in 8:21 by pinfall the Regal Plex. Smothers 48, Regal 51, no work improvements of 53C minus. In a feature about decent wrestling, but much cheap, Owen Hart defeated Vampire Warrior in 7:41 by submission to Sharpshooter. Vampire Warrior 35, Hart 64, 57C minus. And then in the future about the Terrible Wrestling Alliances, crowd heat, Dave Sullivan defeated Marcus Bagwell in 8:24 by pinned leg drop. Dave Sullivan 33, Bagwell 25, no work improvements. Should we get on with the main show? What a way to open up an 80 freaking B. Nice angle here. On comes out, he goes, this Sunday night, we go live with our WrestleMania. And I'll tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to end Sting's career, I'm going to win the MPW Championship. You see, Sting, this place is on fire, and the other two big companies can kiss my ass, I'm staying right here. Now look, Arn steps out the ring. A little stinger with a stinger sign. He then takes the sign and tears it up, and then Sting just jumps out the crowd, laying hands on Arn. It's an all-out brawl. He throws him into the steps. He grabs him and hits the Scorpion Death Drop on the outside on the mats, and he goes. Sting looks at him and goes, "Don't look so strong now, do you, Arn? Let's see how much you can do this Sunday night." Ooh, an 81B to open up the night. Beautiful. In a bad Subpar Wrestling Little Heat, Harlem Heat defeat the $1 Billion Babes in 8:27 when Stevie Ray defeated G-Co Stratus by people of the Towering Inferno. Turns around where Mike Thompson was able to handball to check out. State was really off his game. Stevie Ray had debuted his sucker. Booker T and Stevie Ray showed him scrimmage. So going that's quality, and the colour commentary gave the match a boost. Booker T, the hints of Booker T's face turn to go time with the crowd. Still remember his recent turn. Mike Thompson 49, GQ Status 40, Stevie Ray 28, Booker T 35. Stevie Ray improved in performance of 40D minus. Nice. In a bad decent wrestling, but little heat, Steve Austin defeated Dave Taylor in 7:39 by pinfall the stun gun. He makes defense number 4 of his MPW Intercontinental title. Dave Taylor 44, Steve Austin 52. Dave Taylor improved in performance of 52D plus. And then we see Scott Hall come on the ramp and he goes, "Tonight you had it easy. This Sunday night you won't have it that easy. You see, this Sunday night I'm going to kick your ass and walk out in the contract. And I won't defend at any show outside of Thunder and Pay-Per-View because the live fans don't deserve my greatness." 60C plus. Some poor use on big boys. In a battle at Subpar Wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Ultimate Dragon defeated Don Callis 7:49 by pinfall the Asian DDT. Ultimate Dragon 51, Don Callis 30. The Ultimate Dragon improved the Rumble 40-60. Video plays and reminding you of our main event this Sunday night, Ricky Steamboat versus Jerry Lawler. And then June Crockett's about, he goes, because of the injury to Rick Rude, he's going to be out for up to 11 months. So instead of the original ladder match, we're going to make it a three-way match. The winner can cash in what is now being called the Money in the Bank. Anytime, anywhere, any place. We wish Rick a speedy recovery. So yeah, we're now going to start something that was started later on by WWE, but we're going to do it now. It is the first ever Money in the Bank briefcase match. Julie Blanchard, Dave Boy and Shawn Michaels will be in that on Sunday night. In a decent match, Brian Pillman, Cactus Jack and Rey Mysterio Jr. defeated Bam Bam, Trudy Blanchard and Lex Luger 750 when Cactus Jack defeat Lex Luger by pinfall the double arm DDT. Lex Luger 68, Trudy Blanchard 70, Bam Bam Bigelow 72, Rey Mysterio 47, Cactus Jack 51, Pillman 72. Cactus Jack is improving in performance of 67C+. In the Battle decent wrestling, Below Heat Vader defeated Tommy Dreamer in 2 minutes 1 second by pinfall to Vader Bomb. Tommy Dreamer 32, Vader 68, no work improvements of 56C-. In the Battle Subpar Wrestling, a little heat, the Bushwhackers defeated the Pitbulls in 7:46 when Butch Miller defeated Grave Wolf by pinfall the Battering Ram. Anthony Dante 43, Grave Wolf 46, Butch Miller 48, Luke Williams 45, no work improvements 49D+. In a Battle Good Wrestling decent card, Eddie Guerrero defeated Sid Vicious in 7:48 by pinfall the Frog Splash. Sid Vicious out there with 58, but Eddie Guerrero 72, yep, 67C+, not bad. Bret Hart comes down to the ring and calls a promo on Undertaker. Caster gets reeled down and placed at ringside. Bret Hart approaches it to take a look in, but suddenly the lid pops open. Undertaker sits up. Bret Hart looks scared to death and runs for his life, escaping for the crowd. Just a quick angle. I didn't write that. A music video is shown to promote the Nasty Boys. In a Battle decent wrestling, Madame Cheat, the Nasty Boys defeat Top Gun in 8:13 when Brian Knobbs defeated Derek Dukes by pinfall the trip to Nastyville. Ricky Rice 29, Derek Dukes 33, Brian Knobbs 64, Jerry Sag 63. No work improvements of 55C-. In a Battle decent wrestling, Madame Cheat, Scott Hall defeated Rob Van Dam in 8:28 by pinfall the Crucifix Powerbomb. Scott Hall 51, RVD 51, no work improvements of 53C-. Video plays an out confirming the Money in the Bank ladder match at Wrestle Kingdom. And then in a Battle Great Heat and Good Wrestling, Jerry Lawler, Arn Anderson, The Undertaker, and Shawn Michaels defeated Davey Boy, Sting, Bret Hart, and Ricky Steamboat in 22 minutes and 1 second when Shawn Michaels defeated Davey Boy by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. Bret Hart 77, Sting 78, Davey Boy 54, Michaels 59, Undertaker 64, Arn 74, Jerry Lawler 74. Michaels in technical, Taker in technical and performance, and that is where we end tonight's show. A 71C+ for our go home show, and we'll see you live this coming Sunday night for Wrestle Kingdom Live. We are sold out. 6,000 people have packed out the arena, and tonight I've decided, because of my mess up, that I don't want this company to be a Haste of Hill Face-Tified. We've got enough of those on the roster as it is, so enough of the ones with Hill Face-Tified. I know that I've got rid of them in most companies because I don't like it. I even feel that you can't change them often enough. I know that Impact Wrestling have got it, and I know that a few of the other series I'm doing have got them. Can't remember what the other. I think I've kept. I don't. Yeah, I think I have kept them in. No, I didn't. I removed them in 1985. WWF. But the reason being I do it is because the cooldown period before you can do another face or heel turn is too much for my booking style. So tonight, believe you me, there is 100 and something matches. We are doing a full 5-hour show. Every match is going up to 15 minutes. Some are going over that. I know I've got quite a few going 25. And then you got the main event. So, are you ready for Wrestle Kingdom? Tonight we do something different. This is our WrestleMania. This is Wrestle Kingdom. Tonight, ladders, sales, and 30 minutes and 30-minute iron matches are all on the card. Tonight we change history, and we make history too. Tonight we'll crown the champion of MPW as Ricky Steamboat, and Ricky Steamboat defends his world title. The 4 of the best teams will be fighting to be the first champion, and now Mainstream Pro Wrestling presents the first ever Wrestle Kingdom live in Club La Vila. And just goes, welcome tonight. We change everything. Tonight we show you a new way of wrestling. Since day one, we've been showing you the best wrestling. So tonight we keep pushing forward, and what a way to start than crowning our first ever tag team champions. The 73B-. And let's see what our opening match of 50-60- in a poor match. The Nasty Boys defeated the Billion Dollar Babes, the Bushwhackers, and the Top Guns in 1957. The order of elimination was Top Gun first, and then the Billion Dollar Babes, and finally the Bushwhackers. Nasty Boys win the MPW Tag Team titles. Mike Sampson 53, GQ status 40, Butch Miller 47, Luke Williams 43, Brian Knobbs 64, Jerry Sag 61, Ricky Rice 28, and Derek Dukes 33. Jay Sags in performance and Ricky Rice in performance of 56-. Not bad. In about very good wrestling and decent wrestling crowd, Owen Hart finally defeats Vader in 14:37 by pinfall by submission of the sharpshooter. Owen Hart 67, Vader 71. These two have great chemistry. Vader improved flying. So after weeks of Vader not being able to be defeated, Owen Hart is the one to do it. In a bout of great wrestling and good heat, The Undertaker defeated Bret Hart in a Hell in a Cell match in 25 minutes 12 by pin for the Tombstone Piledriver. Bret Hart 80, Undertaker 66. No work improvements, a 77B. Yes, the term. In a bout of subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Dave Sullivan, Tommy Dreamer, and Ultimate Dragon defeat Dave Finlay, Chris Jericho, and Bob Holly in 14:38, and Tommy Dreamer defeat Dave Finlay by pin for the Tomahawk. Bob Holly 38, Chris Jericho 45, Dave Finlay 43. Thank you. Ultimate Dragon 54, Tommy Dreamer 34, Dave Sullivan 30. Chris Jericho performance. This is like a cool-down match. Go and have your toilet. In about a decent wrestling haven't cheat, Steve Austin defeated Scott Hall in 23 minutes 36 when Scott Hall could not beat the 10 count after a stun gun. Steve Austin makes defense number 5 of his MPW Intercontinental title. Scott Hall 56, Steve Austin 56. Scott Hall improving in technical in 60C. In about October wrestling non-existent crowd heat, another cool-down match. The Power Twins defeated Harlem Heat in 15:07 when Dave Powell defeated Stevie Ray by pinfall. Larry Powell 35, Dave Powell 32, Stevie Ray 33, Booker T 36. Steve Ray's improving in technical and there's no TV faces anymore. I could ignore that. But hey ho. In about decent wrestling haven't cheat, the Lightning Express defeated the Pitbulls in 15:04 when Brad Armstrong defeated Grey Wolf by pinfall the side Russian leg sweep. Anthony Dante 44, Grey Wolf 46, Tim Horner 60, and Brad Armstrong 76. Grey Wolf improving in performance of 65C. In about decent wrestling, in about good heat and decent wrestling, Shawn Michaels defeated Chili Blanchard and Davey Boy Smith in a ladder match in 15:05 when Shawn Michaels retrieved the item. Shawn Michaels wins the Money in the Bank title, which I've set as a tournament title. Chili Blanchard goes by his gimmick, Truly 71, Davey Boy 56, Shawn Michaels 62. David Boy's improving in performance, so Shawn Michaels can cash that in at any point, anywhere, anytime, anyhow. Hint, hint. In about decent wrestling, have much heat. Bam Bam Bigelow, Sid Vicious, Don Callis, and Savio Vega, and Chris Benoit defeated Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio Jr., Catstrack, Tracy Mills, and Eddie Guerrero in 2016. Chris Benoit was eliminated first, then Catstrack, then Don Callis, then Rey Mysterio Jr., then Savio Vega, then Rob Van Dam, then Tracy Mills, and Bam Bam Bigelow. Finally, Eddie Guerrero. Tracy Mills seen off his game. Chris Benoit's debuted, he's no gimmick needed. The initial rating's got average. Announced quality in the colour commentary match boost. Eddie Guerrero 63, Tracy Mills 46, Curtis Jax 47, Rey Mysterio 46, Ryan 45, Chris Benoit 37, Savio Vega 42, Don Callis 31, Sid Vicious 54, and Bam Bam Bigelow 67. Rey Mysterio improving in flying and performance, Smothers in technical and flying, Benoit in performance and Sid Vicious in technical. Nice set of improvements. 58C-. Not bad. In a superb match, Lex Luger defeated Brian Pillman in 20 minutes 23 by pin for the running forearm smash. Lex Luger 67, Brian Pillman 74. No work improvements of 73B-. In about decent wrestling, but didn't have a cheat, the British Invasion defeated the Fantastics in 15:17 when Steven Regal defeated George Haynes by pinfall. With the Regalplex, Bobby Fulton carried the match in terms of the ring performance. Bobby Fulton debuted old school face above average. George Haynes old school face poor. George Haynes getting better. His gimmick now quality in the colour commentary match boost. George Haynes 46, Bobby Fulton 67, Steven Regal 52, Dave Taylor 44. No work improvements at 61C. And it's now time for one of our main event matches. In above superb wrestling and great heat, Ricky Steamboat defeated Jerry Lawler in 24 minutes 48 by pinfall the driving crossbody. Ricky Steamboat makes defense number 6 of his MPW World title. Jerry Lawler 78, Ricky Steamboat 85, no work improvements at 77B. After the match, Shawn runs in and gives his Money in the Bank briefcase to the ref. Ref signals for the bell. It's official. He's cashing in only hours. In an extremely short match, Shawn Michaels defeated Ricky Steamboat by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels wins the MPW World Heavyweight title. Ricky Steamboat 80, Shawn Michaels 65. No work improvements of 57C-. Let's move on for Arn Anderson versus Sting, our main event. In an exceptional match, Sting defeated Arn Anderson in an Iron Man challenge match in 30 minutes by 2 falls to 1. Sting is your MPW champion. Sting an 80, Arn Anderson 83, and 84B+. Ladies and gentlemen, we end the show there tonight, and my friends, an 84B+ for our first ever end of the year. I am really proud of that show. You know, it was our end of the year, go home, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully you guys are not annoyed that I kind of did the cash in on the same night. I won't do that every year, but for now, this year, I felt like it was something we could do because it was brand new. It was not seen before, so ladder match and a cash in the same night. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you again live in the next episode of MPW. I hope you enjoyed episode 1. I hope you enjoyed episode 2. We'll see you in episode 3 with all the fallout and the next pay-per-view after Wrestle Kingdom. Thank you for watching. Don't stop your videos. Continue watching now. How could I leave it with this? My friends, look where we are. MPW Wrestle Kingdom 1. Sellout crowd. 101, quite a few buy rates. We're also on our DS Request TV and Sky 1, which was TV, and that was the buy rate. So that's what we're shown on. So we're showing for the first time in England. So yeah, we are a cult company now, which is why everyone's signed to written deals. We've got some popularity in Canada and that because of that show. I don't think we've done a couple of house shows as well. But the reason I've not cut the video here is because we're here. We're on top. We're the best show last night, A4B. I want to look at this. PWF 78B. They had some quite good matches. Right, that's our show. Right, our main event 84. Our semi-main got a 77, but the cash-in and that didn't get very high. But that was a very short segment. WrestleMania, my friends. Wrestle-freaking-mania is down here. Right, this is Wrestle. I don't know what number this is, but this is 25,067. Only got 71C plus. Mr. Perfect defeated Ultimate Warrior for the heavyweight title. Legion of Doom defeated Mountie and Tornado. Dino Bravo defeated Tanuka for the Intercontinental title. Hanker, the Barbarian, and Bob Bradley and the Powers to retain the tag titles. Bob Orton Jr. defeated Boogie Woogie. Janetta and Tugboat defeated Demolition. Jim the D-Not defeated Virgil Perone. Paul Roman defeated Tito Santana. Barry Hardy and Douglas defeated Simba and Brawler. And Savio Houston. Look at these matches. There is only one match which hits the mark where we got 87. That was better than any of our matches, but we got better rating because of the overall card. Hulk Hogan wasn't even in the match at all on that night. And, you know, I'm not being mean, but WCW as well, who have been releasing a lot of people, are doing quite, you know, they're doing, you know, shit shows as well. They're only getting 69 seats. There's only one, I think, which is that one, which got any more than that. Excuse me. I can't take them over yet, but, you know, World Wrestling Federation, get your shit together. And they got a figurehead. Yeah, still Hulk Hogan. So, you know, why wasn't Hulk Hogan in the main event? You know, let's have a look. Big Boss Man, Earthquake, Hulk Hogan, Jake Roberts, Jim Duggan, Mr. Perfect, Randy Savage, Sergeant Slaughter, the $1 Million Man, and freaking Ultimate Warrior. You know, why weren't Vince's baby? Heavyweight champions Mr. Perfect, Intercontinental champion Dino Bravo, King of the Ring, the Barbarian and Hank won the tag team titles because we kind of nicked their tag team champions. As you can see, Bret Hart and Jim the Dean Hart left. They had 30 defences, which is not bad really, is it? But no, is Mr. Perfect even in the main event? No, he is the heel. So yeah, that makes sense. But for me, not to, you know, you have to put your big in. I had every single one of our. I did not have anyone not wrestle last night. Hence why I got rid of the heel and face divide in this company because we had too many faces. But we had no one left. And an 84, you know, I think we got rated more on this match. But a 77 there, a 7, and then you've got further down the card. You've got the freaking 77 there, 73 for the opening. You know, 73 for that one, and they. I can't see the other ratings, but we got so many much better ratings on all of our matches. You see 71, 77, 73, 75, 77, 73 for the, you know, even for the angles. And you look at WrestleMania, here we go. They only got 187 and then pre-match interview with Mr. Perfect and 73 and then a 70. But all of them are not even above A grade apart from that brawl. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm not judging that. We're going to ignore that, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you again in one of our episodes. I hope you enjoyed it. But right now, we've just defeated WWF WrestleMania with our show. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again real soon.